Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and today I'll be making two layouts. These are the two. This is my number 4 and 5 from the third homemade kit that I've made. I kind of took inspiration from Inkie Quill, who has, her name is Adele, and she's from Australia, and she has a YouTube channel. So she made two layouts at one time, and she also did a lot of layering. So I tried to do what she did and like staple all the layers together, and just didn't work. But I did like the idea of making two layouts at once, so I pretty much did that. I'm not in love with these layouts, but they were fun to make. And as always, it's fun to talk to you while I make the layouts. I watched Kristen Wiig's movie, Welcome to Me, so I talk a little bit about that. It's a funny movie if you haven't seen it. But these are the two layouts that I'm going to work on today. So go ahead and get some photos and scraps, and let's start scrapbooking. And happy Mother's Day. Bye. Actually, welcome. I didn't mean to say goodbye. But just so you know, I make the introduction part of the video at the end so you can see where we're going with this. Or you can just stop watching. If you don't want to see the whole thing, you just wanted to see what it looks like in the end. That's what it looks like. And that's what this looks like. Okay. Welcome. Let's start scrapbooking. Hey scrapbookers. So I'm here with some ideas, and you know what's so funny is I definitely didn't invent these make your own kit videos, but when I started doing them, I totally didn't know that other people were doing them. So great minds. But I have been so smitten with watching these ones from this girl named Adele she's in Australia, and I read her bio. She's 25, and she's just, she's very charming. So anyways, she did these two layouts where she did them at the same time, and she also used this technique of layering that I guess I've heard about before, but I never really gave a lot of thought to. And I was like, oh, that seems pretty smart. So I wanted to give that a try. So I'm gonna first go ahead and kind of mat each of my photos with this vellum. So let me just do that. I'll trim them down, and then I'll mat them with the vellum, and then I'll be back to show you what I'm going to do with all of these other scraps that I just pulled from the scraps in this bin. I'll be back. Okay, so I just have to mention, it's so funny that I've been using this vellum stack more like this week than I have in 10 years. I think that's very funny. Okay, so what we're going to do is kind of loosey-goosey it. And I'm sorry my chair is squeaking so much. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I need a new chair. So what I picture doing is, so Inkie Quill, Adele, made two layouts with one photo each. Now I'm just kind of not built that way. I need to put more on the page. So I'm going to envision having two photos on each of the pages. So this is nice and large, so let's just cut this in half, and that will be a base for both of them, because my jacket is kind of that color in most of these pictures. Okay. I do have a little rip in that paper, but it's not going to make a hill of beans of difference, really. Okay. So that's just getting started. Now we've got some of this black, which I think is going to work nicely. Let's get that going like this. And then I'm just going to use this ruler to do the ripping. Yeah, this is old too. Die cuts with a view from a way long time ago. This is also some just, I don't even know where. I want to say I got it at Michael's like a million years ago. But let's put this near this layout because she's wearing a bit of purple. So it'll like that idea. And really, I'm not trying to show every single not trying to show every single thing, you know. We're gonna go something like this. And I'm using much more colorful papers than I think she was. Hers were much more subtle. So I am going to just tape, this is not what she does, but I'm going to tape these two together because I want them to stay together like that. But this is such a great idea for using up your scraps, right? I mean, for really using them. Okay, this is going to be a way bigger cluster than she had. But then what she does, she'll just take it and then instead of adhering all that nonsense, she just takes a stapler and she's got like the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I just have a, I don't even know what this is. Like our promo. Oh, it doesn't even really work. That's not a good promo. Our promo girl from the office. It has her name on it, so. Alright, but she would just go ahead and staple, and I don't think that's really, maybe that's an ad for the tiny attacher. Oh, I've got another one. Let's see if this one works better. It's got a longer reach, much longer. But it's also just basic office supply with no staples in it. Okay, well, you get the idea. So I'm going to try to staple these things together. I'll be right back. I'm back, and I could completely not get the stapler to do what it was supposed to do. So I'm just going to stick tape underneath in different places. And then I think that I'm going to call it a night. And I will pick this up mañana. it will be just a, you know, a second to you. It won't seem like that long. But there's one cluster. We'll say that's a good cluster. I think it's a good one. Okay. Just going to add these down. I gotta say, this is kind of fun. You know who I think the master of layering is Celeste Smith, and I think her trick is she doesn't let a lot show through. She just lets little tiny bits show through. But I'll probably have more showing than she would. I know what I want to do. I don't want to use this whole piece because I really like this piece. I think I'd have this piece of paper for a million years too, but it's cute. Can't believe I haven't used it before. So the scraps are going right back into that drawer on the bottom. And then these I just want to line up. So I'm going to line them up this way. Using my craft mat here. See how tall I need to make it. Something like this. Okay. So I kind of like how those are both starting out. And what I want to do is just get something underneath it. I don't like that. Not one bit. Let's get something more pleasing under there. That's better. So sometimes a crepe paper has these little, like, looks like somebody pooped on the page. So I kind of want to cover that up. So that's one page. And then, let's see about this one. I'm okay with this for now. I will pick it up in the morning kind of thing. So there's my start for both of those. And I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Hi, scrapbookers. I'm on. So I'm back, and it's the next day, so it's Saturday, and I went to Michael's last night, and this is all I bought. Well, I also bought a chocolate bar, but that's otherwise all I bought. And then I got takeout sushi, and came home and watched Kristen Wiig's Welcome to Me. It is so funny. So if you have anyone crazy in your life, you will love this movie. It's the basic premise is she's like a borderline personality disorder lady, and she wins the lottery. I don't think I've told you too much. Okay, so let's continue with this. It's super funny though. And then I had my husband watch it, and maybe it was just me that thought it was funny because he thought it was like okay funny. I thought it was so funny. Like I was gonna pee my pants funny. It was super funny. And Joan Cusack was in it. And I really like anything with Joan Cusack in it. She's been, she's been in so many movies for such a long time. And I think she's the kind of, she's the kind of actress who isn't, she's usually in a supporting character. So you don't really notice her, you know, you don't really go, oh, I'm going to go see a Joan Cusack movie, but she is super funny. And I think she picks movies well. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and I think we're ready to embellish. Do we want a mist? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think that goes there. That goes possibly here. So tomorrow's Mother's Day, and my mother, so I don't have to plan anything because my mother's dog had surgery and she can't go anywhere. So we're going to bring her out to lunch later, some other day. But that's kind of nice. We've had years where we've had like a lot going on here. Okay, so let's get them going this way. And let's break out those, yeah, these. The journey. The journey. Journey. It's so in the movie last night, Welcome to Me. It's so funny. And it's almost like, I almost thought like, oh, you know, I can identify a little with what I do with the scrapbooking videos. Is she, you know, it's all about me. Because, you know, this is what these are, right? But hopefully you're getting something out of it, not just me. So what do we want to say? Adventure? Travel? I don't know what to say. Smile. I'm just looking to see where I want the title, and I think instead of actually laying it down, I will just cut out where I want it to go. Cut out the transparency, and then kind of figure out where it's going to go. I think I want this one to say travel. So I was almost tempted to buy some, they had in the dollar spot, they had a bunch of cork embellishments. And I almost got some. And then I was like, you know what? I shouldn't do that because I already have plenty of cork embellishments that I haven't used. So let's pull those out and maybe use those on this layout. Here they are. They're in here. And so I just want to get them so that we get a little bit. What am I going to do with these things? I don't know. They're almost like thicker than I would like them to be. I don't know what to do with them. Anyways, I thought that movie was super funny, and I also thought I could identify a little with them. One of the things is she really loves Oprah, and I do miss Oprah, but she has like VCR tapes of all of the old Oprahs, and she's like memorized them. It's so funny. I won't tell you anymore, but I do highly recommend the movie. It was very, very, very funny. Okay, I don't think I'm actually ready to put the cork down. I think that's maybe going to be one of the last things I do. I don't know where to put them. I also kind of feel the need to mist. So I think I'm going to get the mist out. Let's just put these a little bit to the side. I don't think I'm quite ready for these, but it's coming. It'll be soon. So anyways, on that, okay, I'll tell you one more thing on the movie. This is why I feel like I could identify a little. She like made something and then like a meatloaf cake, and then she sat down and ate it for 5 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do that. But hopefully I'm not as crazy as she is. I don't think I am. Maybe un poquito. Just a little bit. Okay, so we have Glimmer Mist. With that, I think that will work for this one. And let's just cover up the photos. Oops. Sorry, maybe I should have been a little more organized. But I'm not. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm late to the misting splatter party, but I'm making up for it, right? Oops. Oops, I got some actually on the photo. That wasn't good. But I do think if you do the mist, it's kind of a nice way to remind yourself of where maybe you want the embellishments to go. So it's kind of like a placemat for the embellishments. You know what I mean? So then you're less tempted to do embellishment sneeze all over your page. Okay, and then this one, let's just use this as the splatter police. I don't think I want to use that same color. I think I'd like to use maybe like a purple, which I don't have. So let's just use a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. Oh, these might be, yep, bigger. And I'm getting it on my mat. That bugs me. I'll have to look up like different techniques to do this sort of thing. It's globby. It's maybe a little bit too much. This is the Primrose Color Shine by Heidi Swap. I like it a lot, actually. Kind of like a hot pink, but it's kind of like a corally hot pink, which I dig. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I did dry that with my heat embossing tool, and it worked. I think that what I want to do before I get to going with the embellishments and titles is to do the journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. On this layout, I think I'm going to use this red as kind of my parameters for this box. So the journaling will kind of go like this. And then on this one, I think, I don't know where I want it to go. Maybe down here, but maybe also, like maybe in 3 places, like down here, over here, and up here. Okay, I'm going to write stuff down, and I'll be back, and I'll read it to you. Hey, so I'm writing, and I've run out of space up here. So what I'm going to do is actually just tear a little bit more of this off, so I'll have a little bit more space to write. But I'm just using the ruler so it doesn't rip too much. There we go. Okay, so up here it says selfie alert, but sometimes this is my only way of getting in the photos. My handwriting isn't that awesome today. And then this says, so sometimes when I look at myself, I am shocked at how old I look in my head. In my head, I'm still something like my 16-year-old self. But the thing is, when I'm 90, I'll probably think I look good at 44. Anyways, Allison is adorable. It's Springfield, Missouri, March 2015, at the Art Museum near Jenny's house. So there's my 3 bits of journaling for this page, and I have used just a ballpoint pen, which I think is fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And so now let's do the journaling on this one. And so I remember I'm going to do travel. So sometimes, whoops, I told you. Okay, so I just did the journaling, and it says, so sometimes travel is about seeing new things, like fantastic caverns, which is where we are in this picture. And sometimes it's just about playing on a swing set in a lovely park. And then in parentheses I wrote, this is the park near Jenny's, that's my sister, which Cousin River grew up playing in and having his birthdays there. A nice chilly day and we're all happy. And what I didn't write is, because my sister never gets up in the morning. So we all had to kind of like wait around to have her wake up. But it's okay, Jenny, if you're listening. I don't think you are. So I am going to go ahead and adhere down the travel. So this stuff falls apart. Who knew? So be careful with your, what is this called? Cork? You know what's funny is the floor. We bought this cork. We ordered it online and it's in our gym. Like where we have our elliptical stepper and that sort of thing. And the floor is cork. So you would think it was like a little bit more sturdy than, I guess if it's very thin. What is cork anyways? I should look that up because I have no idea. Okay, travel. So this page is going to be about travel. Well, you really can't. That just doesn't seem to stand out at all. What if I kind of shadow it with a pencil? Is that helping any? It doesn't seem like that's showing up at all. I don't like the contrast there. I want more contrast. So what I'm thinking is, I wonder if my handy dandy Copics would work on the travel, on the cork. Because I think I could color that in without having to lift it up. Let's do an experiment. So let's go ahead and just color in one of these arrows or chevron things and see if it's gonna work. I think it probably will. So I'm gonna go for my ultramarine blue, which is a favorite color of mine. So I really need to, this chair squeaks like crazy, I'm noticing. Okay, it does work. I'm almost thinking, yeah, well, it'll probably come off for a little bit onto my hand. Let's try a different color though. I think that color will work. Let's try the mint green. I'm not sure I want to go that dark with it. So if I'm not sure, yeah, because I want to see that it's still, like I still sort of want to see that it's cork. So I'm going to go ahead and do it in the mint green on the travel, being ever so careful not to get it onto the background paper. And I think you're going to be able to see that better. And this kind of reminds me of the time when we were out in Colorado, in Durango, Colorado, and we wanted to go to this like silver mine or turquoise factory thing, but it was closed. So then we had driven all the way out there. It's like on the way from where we were skiing to Mesa Verde. Anyways, we went to this, we kind of needed a break in driving. And so we stopped at this, I guess it was like a jewelry consignment. I don't know what it was, but it was closed. But it wasn't supposed to be closed. So we thought maybe it was going to open soon. Like, because we could see that there were people inside. So we kind of were like just hanging out in the parking lot to wait to see if they were going to open their doors. And they never did. But while we were kind of, and they had lots of like things to do in the parking lot, like all sorts of like very interesting looking, like I don't even remember, like wishing wells and different things like you might see on a mini golf course. It looked inviting, and so we kept finding turquoise like in the gravel in the parking lot, and so we started picking it up. There was just like little tiny bits, and the guy comes out and he's like, "Get off my lawn!" And we were like, "Oh no!" And so we left real quick, but it was funny. We laughed. Okay, so let's see. Let's put some of these little doodads, like kind of pointing to pointing to them on the swings there. I'm just going to leave the chevrons, the colored chevron like I did. And now I want to put this cork stuff in one more place, but let's see if we can use actually not this cork, but this cork. So I got this a million years ago. Remember Ella Publishing? Well, I was one of their, I guess they called them like Ella Friends. I don't know what they call them. Something like that. It wasn't called the design team, but that's essentially what it was. And anyways, one time they got scrapbook supplies from a kit club called, sorry, I can talk. It was called Scrapbooking from the Inside Out. And I think that's still a kit club, like it's still around. I'm just going to do maybe 3 down here and then 3 up here. I know. So you don't want, when you put 3 things in their circles, you just don't want them to look like Mickey Mouse. Like this. Like never place them like this. Because then people will think, that's Mickey. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I opened up my ThermoWeb sticky dots for sticking down the the cork, which I did, and it worked just great. And I think I got a comment recently that said, don't edit out where you adhere stuff. And I'm kind of on the fence about that, because sometimes I think it takes so long that it makes my videos a million years long. And then, so I was trying to tell you, I still have all these sequins from when I did that guest spot for the Jenny Bowling Kit Club. And I think I finished telling you about the scrapbooking from the inside out. I can't remember. So I wanted to kind of get these used up a little bit. I'm regretting my decision to, I think I mentioned this before, adhere everything down before I was ready. I was under the delusion that I was just going to use everything in that kit. Like, you know how you do. And I used a lot of it. Actually, I have a few things that I need to, that I half did, and then I didn't finish them, and they're actually really cute layouts that I made scrapbooking videos for, and then I didn't finish. Sorry, I'm not trying to be so precise with this, but sometimes making it random is hard, right? It is. That seems so funny. Oops, that's staying there. Okay. So there's some splatter. Do we want to add a little bit of green in there? Oh, why not? Why not? Just because this is kind of giving me, even though this wasn't the Colorado trip, it's really reminding me of that time in the parking lot. The get off my lawn! Get out of my parking lot. I don't know, maybe it was the kind of place where they just don't really want children, but I'll tell you, it seemed like, you know, they were definitely putting, like, there was a lot of attractive nuisances there, and I'm sure we were the nuisance, but it seemed like, and there were brochures, you know, at our, anyways, they didn't want us. Nope. Okay. That's probably enough, Katie. Yeah, I don't know. One more. It really is hard to be random. Okay, well, I'm going to cut that one kind of off halfway so it goes off the page. There we go. And I'm going to do that down here too. And like that. And then I'm going to stop doing this. Because to me, it feels a little forced. But it's like, I like looking at pages when this occurs. So, yeah, I'm by nature kind of a minimal embellisher. Okay, so what do we want to have as our... Oops. Oh, well, that cork definitely doesn't move. I just tried to move it. It's down. It's staying. It's staying where it's staying put. I think I want to just use little tiny letters, and I'm going to use the black ones from Tim Holtz. They're Ideology label letters. And I think I just want to write travel is my favorite. Because I just dream of traveling. There's no eyes in this. I can't believe it. It's like blown through a whole pack there. Okay, I'm going to use these little, it's not an exclamation mark, it looks like a comma and a dash. But I'm going to just write that. That's going to be my I. So I should spell that backwards. So I can do is my favorite. Is my favorite. I like to write it down so that I don't forget what I'm spelling while I'm talking. So yeah, Mother's Day is going to be pretty low key. My husband had, I don't know if I told you, my husband had his face burned off at the dermatologist, so he can't really go outside. So no boating for us this weekend. And I think we're just going to lay low, and we're going to go to my mother-in-law's tomorrow for dinner at 5 o'clock, because they always eat at 5 o'clock. She's 90 and he's 94, so they've had a long history of eating at 5 o'clock. So we're going to go do that tomorrow. They're right next door to us. And otherwise, not a lot planned, which is just fine with me. Favorite. I'm out of O's, but I almost think the Q's, if I put them upside down, would look enough. Oh, here's some O's. But I think, yeah, I could use the Q just as easily. Favorite. So I've been listening to like old episodes because I kind of recently discovered the Scrap Gals podcast, and so I've recently been listening to that, and they were talking like a year ago about this idea of, you know, using something from your stash as the inspiration to make your own kit. So I'm definitely not I didn't make this up. I didn't think I did, because it was really like based on Celeste Smith's idea of you take a striped piece of paper and then add in all the rest of it. So, you know, like for example, like if you just took a piece like this, a piece of pattern paper like this, and then just got a piece of cardstock with each one of those colors, and then blah 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 embellishments. Anyways, I do think this is a great way. It's a great way for me. These making my own kits and then making the layouts. It's so easy to just make the layouts. Like they just, I think it's a great, because it gives you a little project, you know, like, and it's, then you can feel like you finished it, which I love. Let's see if I have any S's. I think almost like making one layout sometimes is harder for me than making 10. Because then if they're part of, I guess that would just, there's no S's in here. I guess, you know, that's probably like a personality thing. I don't know what personality that would be, like if it's, I don't know. Gretchen Rubin, her podcast is always having, like, are you an enabler or are you abundance or minimal? Are you this or that? And most of the time I know, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know, not sure. Okay, are we done? No, you know why? Because we have to add this stuff. Remember that was my other challenge to myself? So we need to add some, I need to get these used too. Let's see if I want any of those. Play all day. I don't think yet, but I need to get these foil, gold foil things on something soon. So let's see about adding, I like that layer, I think. Adding some of these journey embellishments. I like the idea of this thing too, but I don't know where I can fit it. It seems like it should go near the bottom, not like on top of my head. But I would almost put it right there, but then it looks like it's coming out of my head, so that's not a good idea. Okay, maybe this thing. So I don't know if placing all those sprinkly things first was a really good idea. Probably not. I like the idea of this here. What do you call this? A geotag? But then I don't like my adventure there anymore. I need to change this a little bit. Or maybe, what do we think of that? No, I don't think so. This is the time when I wish you could talk back. I get it. It's one person left a comment and said, I wish I could talk back. She's like, I do talk back. Good. But I wish you could talk back. That would be awesome. Although that's what those, I don't have enough room for that down there, but that might have been cute to have like stuff sticking out down there, you know? Nope, not going to do that on this one. Let's see. How about the FU? Brought those up. No, those aren't going to work. I kind of would like to have more than just one of these little things. But I don't feel like I don't know, I don't feel like I gave myself enough to work with. I almost feel like I did them in the wrong order. Like I should have laid these down first. Maybe the deal with embellishment is to go from top to bottom, you know? Boy, I really want to put something here. But I think it doesn't work there, which is why I keep taking it back up. So maybe not. Blah. Yeah, I don't think I've given myself, I think I did the embellishing in the wrong order. Because now I feel like I can't put things where I'd really like to put them. It's not the end of the world. Our trip. So yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of put this all together here, because that just kind of, that way the kids don't get lost in that picture. And then this brings you down to the journaling. So I like those two ideas. But I do feel like the whole thing's a little sparse. Oh well, what can you do? I'm going to cut this in half. and then put a little bit of it down here and a little bit of it maybe here, like this. Yep. And then I'm going to call it a day. So how to embellish. So let's go back to the Thermoweb sticky dots. I'm not completely in love with this layout. Which is fine. You don't have to be in love with every layout. But I do feel like it's not, there's something, it's not awesome yet. It might never be, which is okay. That's another thing that Celeste Smith says. And, you know, maybe it's not the most awesome layout, but then you can make another one. So who cares? I like that. I think that's a good way to think about it. Because really, just like I was saying with the, like, you know, later you'll think you were cuter than you thought you were at the time. It's the same with your layouts. You'll look back and you'll just be happy that you made them. And there'll be a few that you think are ugly. That's okay. You'll go, wow, it's almost nice to have ugly layouts in your scrapbook, because then when you look back at them, you can be like, now I'm so much better. I've improved. Right? So put ugly layouts in your scrapbooks, and then you'll feel better about yourself later. Okay, you can sort of see the little dots behind it, but for some reason I just don't care. I do want to just add one more line right here. It could be washi. It could be, oh, I know. Since I've organized my washi tapes, I think I have, yeah, some little arrows. Here we go. These are my mind's eye. Alright, I'm digging this. And now I could put this in a couple of places. Travel is my favorite. Ugh. Oh, that's pretty darn cute, actually. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. I do. I know I say a lot. Sorry about that. I think what my problem is I need to put more of this junk on there. So, but where did I put my Thermoweb sticky dots? Here they are. Lost in plain sight. Oh. I'm dropping things everywhere, people. I dropped my little ticket. Where did it go? Grr. Seriously, I just lost that. I think it probably fell on the floor. And it's, did I put it on here? I don't know where it went. Oh well, it's not essential. I'll just put this one down here. And then if I find the other one, great. If I don't, I think it's fine. It didn't just, yeah, oh, here it is. It just kind of went underneath that layer. So here we go. Ta-da! Anyways, I'm kind of on the fence between, like, should I make my videos shorter versus, I think some people do like the whole angst of it all. I'm like, what do I do next? And all of my sorry about that. I don't think that's something I'm going to be able to easily change. I think we're stuck with them. We're stuck with the So what I thought was needed. Oh, 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. See, I can just talk for way too long. Like I made a meat cake and then I ate it. That's a reference to that movie that I watched, the Kristen Wiig movie. Yeah, sorry about that. So that's why I kind of think I should edit a little more, right? I don't know. I think what we're missing is more sequins. Or this color sequin. The white. It does feel a little heavy. I don't know, and a little forced. I'm really not impressed with my sprinkling skills. It's harder than it seems. It's harder to make it random than it seems like it would be. It ought to be. I think I don't like that one. Grr. Get it. Maybe that's it. There's no darker ones down here. And there needs to be. That's probably it. Alright, I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I feel like I could fret about that for a long time, but not going to. Already went way too long. So this one I'm gonna call done. And then the other one, let's start on that. Let's start on finishing that. So here's this one. Okay, so this was number 4, I believe. And then this one's going to be number 5. And what were we going to say on this one? Smile! These are kind of delicate, as I mentioned. Ah, yeah. Delicate, and once you get them down, you better be committed. So you see that ugly little splotch there? I'm just going to leave it. Okay. And then I sort of want to write something right in here. If I had a little camera, that would be pretty cute. I think I will do a little heart. Is that showing up okay? I guess so. And I feel like just a little something more. Not a big deal. Okay, I'm not going to go crazy with all those sequins on this one, although I almost want to just call this done. Oh, well, actually, you know what I could do? Oh, I rearranged it. So I used to have, I think maybe a little wood veneer camera, because I'm talking about the selfies, you know. Maybe it even goes right up here. All right, cork. Go back into your little hole. I think that cork is just a little too thick, which maybe means it holds together better than this stuff, but for what I like for the dimension of it, I like the thinner cork that rips. If I had to choose, that's what I would choose. Oops. Alright, so here we go. So this is working out pretty well, these little arrangements. Let's just do a little tiny camera. Maybe a little bit smaller than that. So be alert. Or maybe the big one was good. I don't know. Alright, I'm kind of bored with myself now. That's in the movie too. She's like, okay, I'm done now. Oh, maybe the little speech bubbles might be kind of cute. Or not. I never know what to do with those things. I think just here. So I'll be alert. Or maybe, yeah, I think. Okay, I'm gonna stick that down right there, and then I'm gonna say done. Kaboom. Finished. I'm gonna, even though my husband can't go outside, I think I need to go outside. And I think I might go paddleboard over to the little island that's near our house. The water looks, it's not like super calm, but it's calm enough. So I have been exercising. I've been doing weightlifting, which is new for me. And I've been back on my stepper, my elliptical stepper. So I could probably do more, but I feel like I've started and it's not like overwhelming. You know, I'm not like, sometimes I start like guns a-blazing, you know, and then I peter off. And so this time it feels like I'm just doing a little bit, not going crazy with it. And I think that's probably going to be better for long-term viability of keeping the exercise in my routine. Alright, I'm liking that. I think I have some more of those. Yep. The color even pretty much matches. Let's see. So what do feathers have to, or leaves have to do with this? Nothing. Nothing really at all. They just kind of match. I mean, I guess you could say these leaves kind of look like feathers, which will remind you of a boa, which would be, you know, the coyote animal pelt that my daughter is wearing in this photo. She really enjoys dead animals. The middle school, my son is homeschooling, but he's maintaining his friendships with the kids he went to school with. And so they were over, or they are still over, this weekend, and the boy told me, oh, that they've got to dissect a pig fetus. Or not a fetus, but like a baby pig next week. And he's like, I really not excited about that. And I was like, oh, you should ask Allison to come help you out with that, because I think she would enjoy that sort of thing. She wants to be a veterinarian. thinking, can I get one more leaf in the picture? Well, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to. I don't know if that was smart or not. Okay. And now we will call this done. Am I totally happy with this? No, not even a little bit. It's okay. It's done. Okay, so there's number 4 and 5 for the Crepe Paper Journey homemade scrapbook kit. Ta-da! Thanks for watching. And thanks for your comments. I enjoy, like, even when you have a comment that's like, oh, I don't like when you do this thing. I think that's helpful. I might not even, you know, always or even sometimes, you know, take your comments and do anything about them, but it's interesting to know. And I think what's interesting too is that the way you watch videos or the way I watch videos isn't necessarily the way other people do it, because I've seen, like, that Inkie Quill, for example. As I was watching her video, I was so shocked to see that she watches, as she's making her videos, she's watching videos. I was like, that is so weird. Hold on. And just by weird, I mean, like, I would have never, like, I didn't ever think about that. So she makes the video while she's got a video going, and then, hold on, I'm gonna do this little, I don't know, I don't think it's helping, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Anyway, she's got, like, so she'll be making her scrapbooking video, and then she's got a video set up right on her desk. So she's watching it. She's watching a video as she's making it, and then she does the voiceover afterwards. And I actually don't even know how to do that, and I kind of don't want to know, because then I would have to, I'd have to do that. And I just don't want to, like, once I'm done with the layout, I don't want to have to go back and talk about it. Although, maybe I should try that. I don't know. Okay, stop. Okay, so that one's done. Let's see about this one. And that one's done. So that's number 4 and number 5. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing to this, the travel, because I am kind of on the fence about making the travel ultramarine like I originally thought. So I'm just going to do, like, the bottom of the letters, and it might make it look horrible. I think I might regret this. But first, I just feel like it needs a little more contrast, because there's a lot going on in back of it. Did that help any? Not really. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it though. I wish I could. Oh, I know what to do. Okay, so how about I just take this light blue, and that way it won't be such a, I don't want it to be such a harsh. Nope, that's not working. Let's just maybe the green. Yeah, that just kind of mixes it a little bit. Okay, now I'm calling it done. I still don't like it. But it's done. It's going in the album. Woohoo! Okay, thank you for watching. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Leave a comment. If you're still watching, definitely leave a comment. Tell me, yeah, I'm still watching after you talked for way too long. Thank you. And happy Mother's Day. Even if you're not a mom, happy Mother's Day. We all have a mom. So happy day. Goodbye. Okay, so I had to come back because guess what I forgot? I forgot to put one of the embellishments. So I put the embellishments from the Create Paper Journey line onto this page. Great. So that one's done. But this one, I forgot. So that's what we need to do. So I obviously don't have one picked out yet. Okay, I definitely think I should do journaling after I put all these embellishments down. Because it's a little bit hard to then... Oh, here's another one that says smile. Seems a bit redundant though, right? But so does all that picture taking. See if I can get it somewhere over here. Okay, if I put it here, I sort of like that, but then I need a little something else. Yeah. Remember, I can't really move this heart. Maybe I can. I don't like that though. I don't think it's awesome. Maybe that. A little bit. Let me see if I can get this one to go underneath the purple. Oh, nothing like changing my mind or forgetting. There we go. And then I don't know if that's helping any. Except that I challenge myself to get this in every single to do these embellishments on every page, so let's just okay, I'm hating it. I think, oh, I can't move the heart. Okay. Yeah. Let's skip all this. And then see if we can. So I liked that. probably even better. I'm really just trying to get something on here from this, and it doesn't feel like natural. It doesn't feel like I can really find anything at the last minute. So I guess a lesson for next time is don't, oh, this one works, go someplace new. I like that, because we're traveling. Okay, so I'm going to stick that up at the top, like here. And then cut that in half. It's not really sticking to the washi for some reason. More tape is needed. Maybe we'll just tuck it under a little bit. Stay down there. It won't be so much of an issue once it's in its page protector. Oh, that's so funny. I think that even says Missouri, which is where we were. I don't think that looks right, though. I think it needs to go all the way to the top. And maybe I can staple it. That was one of the things that I was kind of inspired by the Inkie Quill video. But she stapled underneath her. Oh, these staples do not work. The stapler does not work, which is funny because it was a promotion to like sell us these staplers. It's not working at all. You just take the staples out and try a different stapler, and then put both of these staplers somewhere else so I don't try to use them again. Not working. Okay. Well, okay. So I did get these. I'm going to go get a different stapler from a different part of the house and staple these on like this. And then I will put a picture of the layout up on my blog, which is kissandtellscrapbooking.com. It's a typepad blog, but you don't need to put the typepad in there. It will work without it. Okay. And as always, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.